Hey everybody, welcome. Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy. As always, thanks for watching the video today. It's always a great day when I've got some new Mizuno product to try. I've got the new T20 Wedge. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. So, the Mizuno T20 Wedge. As always, a little bit late to the party with the review. No excuse really. T20, what does the T stand for? Classic teardrop, as in the shape of the wedge, teardrop shape. They tend to do in the past, they've done a T wedge and they've done an S wedge, S standing more for sort of silhouette. Let's give you a little bit of bump and some nice little pictures as we go. If you're not interested in the tech spec and you just want to see me hitting some of these, I suggest you advance the video on about 5 minutes. But if you're interested, hope you are, just stay with me. So, quick little bit, I'm always reading off the Mizuno website here. These are their words, not mine. Grain Flow Forged HD Precision where you need it most is their tagline. A precision and feel of Mizuno's Grain Flow Forged HD process suits the manufacture of weathered wedges even like no other. Mizuno have always had a reputation for making great forged clubs, and their wedges, even if people aren't playing their irons, a lot of people will carry their wedges because they have a really good tradition in making cracking wedges. A few new additions to this T20. We've got something called Hydra Flow micro grooves. Put a little picture up there. Which are vertically etched to release moisture and maintain spin in damp conditions. Wow, high-tech stuff there. Spin weighted, weight placed high, up here somewhere, discreetly within a tapered blade for increased spin. Sorry, having problems at working my mouth this morning to make words come out properly. Increased spin and vertical stability from off-center strikes. Might put that to the test in a minute. Predictable shot making. This is just going on about the grain flow forging and how every club is mechanically milled to the highest possible tolerances. We've got the CNC milled grooves, boron infused. We saw Mizuno putting boron into their clubs quite some time ago. Boron infused 1025 billets, basically making the club a little bit more durable, making the grooves last a little bit longer, because the annoying thing with wedges sometimes, if you use them a lot out of bunkers or you practice a lot, is you can just wear them out. So they will stay a little bit sharper for a bit longer. Mentioned the classic teardrop flow. Interesting thing is the 3 finish options. Again, put a little picture up here. We've got the satin, chrome, which I'm going to hit today. We've got the blue ION finish, which has been around for some time now. It does tend to discolor and wear off on the hitting areas on the sole. If you're into blue, it looks great. And reintroduction of the raw finish, so it's got no chrome on it or anything. It will rust, but the idea being that the raw can maybe give you a little bit more spin, possibly. In terms of, it's where it gets interesting, in terms of spec, we've got standard bevel, subtle M grind and aggressive C grind. I'm not going to dive into that too much. I might just flash up individually all the loft options for the standard bevel. Put those up now. You can see we go from 45 through to 53. In the subtle M grind, we've got 54 through to 60. And then in the aggressive C grind, we go from 54 to 62. So different grinds on the sole to suit different conditions and players. Lots of options in loft and bounce. If you don't know what bounce is, there's another video. I'll pop a link up there to what bounce is. The official guide on what bounce is wedge bounce is the angle created between the leading edge and the lowest point of the sole or trailing edge. This is the area of the club that hits through the ground and is in contact with the ball. And an easy way to think about bounces is if you're a player who's got a very steep angle of attack, then generally you'll benefit from more bounce. And if you're a very shallow angle of attack, you'll probably benefit from less bounce. Now that is a guideline. turf conditions and other things can affect that. Anyway, it's a beautiful wedge. This is a stock wedge and it comes fitted in the UK stock with a Dynamic Gold S400 Tour issue shaft. Tour issues are now available to custom fit into any Mizuno iron, but there is an upcharge. Tour issues are very expensive shafts. They're basically the Dynamic Gold, but made to much higher tolerances, so you know the weights are absolutely bang on. So it is an expensive shaft, and they've put on the Golf Pride Z grip, depends where you are in the world, I guess. But the only comment I would make about that is sometimes with a standard thickness grip on a Dynamic Gold shaft, the grips do come up quite thin. So my fingers are digging in here a little bit. So I would definitely need a couple of extra wraps of tape if I was going with a standard thickness on that. So classy looking golf club, everybody. Let's go and do something a bit more exciting. Give you a little bit of video of this club, show you what it looks like. As you can see on the video here, which I'm putting up in front, it's real classic Mizuno. It's you know, it's not too busy, it's quite classy and minimalist, and from above it looks really, really good. Let's go and hit some, shall we? Let's go. Okay everybody, we've made it into the man cave hitting area. Lights are down, hope you can see enough to see what's going on. 56 degree T20 I've got in my hands here with 14 degrees of bounce on it. I'm quite a steep angle of attack with my wedges, so I like a little bit of bounce on them. So I said over there, Dynamic Gold Tour issue shaft. I've got Mizuno golf balls on the deck. They're Pro V1 equivalent, quite spinny golf balls these. I'm at the Belfry, I'm on the 10th hole, plays a little bit downhill, 91 yards to the flag, a green set to soft. Price wise, let's tell you about price. I watch people do reviews on YouTube a lot because I'm interested, and it's very rare that people talk about price, isn't it? It's almost like it's a taboo subject. Don't know why, because prices are out there if you want to find out. I'm retailing this wedge at the moment for £139. Now that's quite a lot of money, but it is a premium product. I don't know what the prices of Vokeys are or the equivalent Callaway or TaylorMade, but I would imagine they're very similar. That's full custom fit as well. You can have any shaft, any grip for that sort of money. So shall we hit some? Not a bad strike to start with. That's coming in over the flag. Sat down nicely. We'll bring up the data. Carried a bit too far, 96 yards. Let's just bring that one up because I'm interested just to have a quick look at the performance on that one. Not too much spin on it, 7,200 revs of spin, launching at about 30 degrees. I don't think it was a brilliant strike, but it was okay. Obviously, creating too much spin with wedges can be an issue. You're going to get the ball jumping back, especially if you're hitting into greens which slope a little bit from back to front. So ideally you just want to hit that yardage, whatever it might be, 90 yards, one bounce and stop. Backspin and they suck it back, looks impressive, but it's not that easy to control what the ball's going to do. So that was a good little starter. That's a better strike than the first one. Whoa, now you saw the importance of strike there. I really did nip that one quite nicely. I would imagine, nearly went in, could have been a golden moment. Yeah, so there's the strike difference. Spin's gone up to 9,300, slightly lower launch on it, much better strike, and that was quite, almost impressed myself with that one. Lovely, enjoyed it. How does it feel? As you'd expect, very, very soft. Lots of feedback coming off the club. Lovely. Should stop on that one, but we'll go one more. That could go left. Yeah, I just pulled that one. It's got the club face a little bit closed and turned it over. One more. Oh, bit of a thin one. Bit of a skinny thinny, that one. That will go one bounce, hop, stop. I love those shots that you actually hit on the course where you catch them a bit bottom edgy. Ball comes in screaming quite low and it goes one bounce and stop. brilliant. Let me just turn that thing off. That's recording the shots coming into the green. Let's do a little sum up of this. It's a classic Mizuno wedge. Is it any better than previous Mizuno wedges? Probably not. You know, wedge is a wedge, in fairness, isn't it? Few additions like these grooves, which, you know, if you are playing in wet conditions, keep the spin rates up. It's really nice. It's classic. You know, it's a wedge which you can use in a lot of different situations. You know, it's very versatile, and it is just classic Mizuno. Keep using that word, don't I? Classic. There we go. It's very much worth a try. Other makes are available, but you're not going to go too far wrong with a Mizuno wedge. Go and get fitted. Go and talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about bounce angles. Try some. You know, get them out on the course. Most fitting centres like myself will have demo wedges, which you can there come in here, get an idea, maybe take one away and try one on in the real world, as I call it. So it's there, it's brilliant. Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down there. I've enjoyed talking about the T20 wedge. It's certainly probably going my bag this year. That's it. See you again soon. Bye.